again, everyone. This is Colleen with Artwork by Colleen. And after my success with the black and white mandala cane, I decided to go ahead and try a multicolored one and really challenge myself. I'm probably crazy, but whatever. That wouldn't be the first time. So you can see I have a multitude of different colors. I've also got some different shades. I have a lot of the white pieces there because the picture shows a lot of it what would look like Skinner blends. So that's what I'm going to do with a lot of the white. I also incorporated the black because I'm going to do, the black outline. In addition to the black outline, over on the right, you'll see the gold. And I did the gold because not only is that going to be the center, but I thought on some of them, I'm going to highlight them with gold and with black to just really make them pop. So here I'm starting in the center, super easy. Just took some plain gold and wrapped it in black. Now the next section, I'm going to do some pink and white. So they're not very large. So here I'm just making a tiny Skinner blend, which I'm going to put through the pasta machine, and there it is. So here I am going to do an accordion fold on it, and then I'll press it together and make it a little bit bigger, and in a second you'll see, kabam, the larger size. So I only need to make 4 of these. That's why I didn't take a whole lot of clay. I've made my cane height about 1.25 inches so that it's going to be kind of big, so I don't want to take up too much of my clay like I did with the black and white one. It ended up to be really big. So now I'm going to cover those pink and white ones with black. I'm going to go ahead and cut them in my 1.25 inch piece. By the way, I love working on this glass that's got the measurements on it. It makes it so much easier when I'm trying to measure something. Now I'm just putting them in the 4 corners. I'm kind of shaping them a little bit to look more like a petal. And then in between, I'm going to go ahead and stick some white in there. It just keeps the petals in their shape, but it also, to me, makes the colors pop just a little bit more. I'm kind of left now with a bit of a square, but that's okay. You could go ahead and after you see when I'm finished this, putting on this final white one, I'm going to go ahead and push it together a little bit. And then I decided to cover each one of those pieces of white with black. Now, you could have covered the black on the white before you put the little triangular piece in. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't really matter. I sort of did it after I was thinking about it, which is what I do a lot of the times. But now that I have that, now I've made it more of circular shape. I'm going to do another Skinner blend, this time with the lighter shade of pink. And you'll see that I'm doing another accordion fold, which I do a lot of in this one. The majority of them that I do are accordion folds, which is a pretty basic straight back and forth. I use my block to flatten it out, and then I'm just going to roll it out and make it into the size that I want it. I'm going to go ahead and cover it this time with the black first before I put them all on there. Now, that being said, in hindsight, just to let you know, I should not have covered this in black and put it on the one that's already in black, because it made that section kind of a double black, if that makes sense. So next time I would have left the bottom of this pink petal that I'm about to attach without the black on it. I don't think it makes a huge difference in the end. It just made it a little bit thicker black, and I wouldn't have done it that way again. Again, I'm cutting out the right size pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and stick those on all the way around. There turned out to be a total of 8 petals once it's all on, and then I really like the way that turned out. But the next thing I'm going to do is mix the yellow with the pink and do another Skinner blend, of course, to put in between each of those petals. Again, like I said, that I'm doing the majority of them. This one is once again going to be an accordion fold, just putting it all together. And then like all the other ones, I'm just going to stretch it out and thin it out some. And then there you can see I'm making my little cuts. I'm going to put the pink towards the inside, then the yellow toward the outside. And what this, if you just look at that picture in the distance, you can see it's just a fading from one color to the other. So that's why I'm mixing the pink and the yellow to give it sort of a peach, but also to blend it from pink going into yellow without it being a straight immediate yellow. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's the way I decided to do it. And now I'm going to use the yellow and white to do another Skinner blend. There's the picture of it. And once again, an accordion fold. I guess y'all are going to get tired of me saying that, but I feel like if somebody just comes through and sees part of it, then they should probably know. These are pretty much mostly all accordion folds. I use my block a lot to flatten it out to try to keep it from distorting and losing too much of the end pieces. I'm now putting it over onto the black so that I can cover it, because if you notice around the circle, very little black is there because I did not cover that yellow at all. This way I can cover this petal entirely and then stick it onto the spot. It's easy to mix and match pieces if you don't have the exact amount, because once you start reducing, you don't see the little lines. So here I'm just reshaping it to get it to kind of a petal shape, cut off the bad ends. Gonna measure my little spots. Again, love this glass. And here we go. It makes a nice little star. I try to even them out. I doubt that they're really perfect, but I tried my best. Now I'm going to mix the gold and the yellow to make, once again, one more Skinner blend. But this time I'm going to put that little piece of white you see there that I covered in black in the center of this. So if you look and see, I just kind of stuck it in the center. I'm not sure if that was the best way to do it. It might have been better just to cut it in half after I was finished, but I went ahead and did it this way anyway. Now I'm going to press it out and extend it some more. You can see the little dot in the middle. I just think it gives a little extra effect. Don't know whether it's better or worse, but I think it gives it a cool effect. Now I'm going to take these pieces and put it in between all those yellow kind of petal points, whatever you want to call them, that I made. Now I'm going to cover each of those again with the black. Now that that's all done, we're going to work on green and yellow. Again, I'm transitioning from the yellows that we just did, and now I'm going into the greens. So this way, one more accordion fold, and we'll have a green and yellow little cane to work with. I wanted to note here, while I had a little bit of the yellow and gold Skinner blend with the white in the middle, I decided to go ahead and make little small tiny spots to put on top of those gold pieces before I covered them with the green and yellow. Although I didn't show too much of the green and yellow, what I did was flatten it out so that I could run it through my pasta machine at the thickest level, so it was light yellow in the inside and then green on the outside. And then after I put those around those gold pieces, then I covered them again with gold and then with black. And once I had that round finished off, I decided, since we were still on the green and yellow idea, to make green and yellow kind of dashes to go all the way around. So that's what I did. I did make the yellow piece a little bit smaller than the green, and that's legit only because I had more green than yellow. You can do it whichever way you want. Obviously, you can do this in whatever colors you want. These are the colors that just I thought was kind of cool, sort of a rainbowish kind of a flow, but not exactly. So I did these along the way, and then what I'm going to do is cover them with gold and black, and then wrap them over the yellow and green piece that I just did. I don't know, I just think it gives it a little bit of an extra pop, and I'm really kind of happy with how it came out. The link for part 2 is in the description.